Hey guys, it's your boy the B-Gamer, and welcome to a new series which is going to be called the Career Mode Update, and that's where I update you about the FIFA 15 updates, like about their players and career modes. Today is February 6th and EA has dropped a new Career Mode update, so a bunch of players have been added from the January transfer window, as a bunch of people are also deleted, and people got buffed, people got nerfed. Now I'm pretty sure most of my viewers are Career Mode players and Career Mode enthusiasts, so I wanted to make this series to kind of help you guys, keep you up to date if you guys are starting new career modes, to see who are the good young players to get and who are the players that aren't there anymore, plus to kind of showcase players that aren't as good, and as well as players who have been updated and are really good now that you used to think might have sucked. Who knows? Who knows? So obviously I can't cover everything, but I'm gonna go over the things that I found noteworthy, and hopefully that helps you guys out a whole bunch. So alright guys, let's go ahead and get into the first segment, which is buffed. Yeah. And the first guy up on our list is Hector Bellerin. Now if we go ahead and look at Hector Bellerin on his FIFA stats right here, we can go see that he has gotten a huge buff, not in this one, but in the previous update before this. He got a buff from, he got a +3 overall, a +6 to his potential, so he's now a 78 potential, and with the further buff he's actually gotten even higher, and as you can see in his stats he's got +7 to crossing, +2 to short passing, and +4 to reactions, and a nice little buff in his mentality and defensive scores. And he is a nice little young back, a nice little Spanish back from Arsenal, and you can get him in your career mode now for around 1 million-ish, so he's a plausible buy for almost any team as long as you're not going with a lower tier team. Next up on the list of who got buffed is the Chelsea man himself, Kurt Zouma, getting a +1 overall, +1 to potential, getting an 85 overall. He has always been a much sought after center back in career modes over the past couple FIFAs, and he is getting a huge buff as he has seen himself start at Chelsea over the past month, and you can see right here, really nice buffs in the movement and physical stats right there. +4 to reactions, +2 to acceleration, +3 to sprint speed. That is all huge, and +1 all on those defending stats. Kurt Zouma now is one of the best center backs in the game, but he is going to cost you a pretty penny, probably costing you somewhere in the range of around 15 to 17 million. So you're gonna have to dish it out, but he is one of the better center backs in the game. Next man to receive a buff, another Arsenal man, Santi Cazorla, who just had that magnificent game against Manchester City, is getting a +1 to his overall and +1 to his potential. I guess you have to do that if he's already reached his full potential. And as you can see in his stats, he's getting a +2 to aggression, +14 to interceptions, and then he's just getting astronomical. Look at this, +18 to marking, +12 to stand tackling, and +6 to slide tackling. But even with those huge buffs, he's still rocking about a 40, and a 30 in the defensive stats. But now he's not completely useless. So yeah, a little bit more well-balanced for a midfielder. Santi Cazorla, well done. And the last guy that I want to highlight in this buff section is going to be Jackson Martinez right here. Once again, getting another +1 to potential. And as you can see right there, he's getting some nice stats. Not huge stats, but some nice ones. +1 to volley, +2 to shot power, +3 to long shots, which is going to be nice, +1 to ball control and dribbling, and +2 to reactions. Already a great player, but now he's going to be just that much more deadly. Honorable mentions in the buff section, another Arsenal guy, Alexis Sanchez, got a little bit of a buff, and the Tottenham man, the hero of the day. I know Arsenal fans don't want to hear this, but Harry Kane also got a buff. So yeah, there you guys go. And that is it for the buff section. Now for the nerf section. This is not a section that I really like to go to because it's kind of sad when a player gets nerfed, which means they probably haven't been doing that well. And it's going to be even more sad this time because it's one of my favorite career mode players of all time, Angel Correa. The little Argentine is getting a -1 to his overall, and as you can see right here, I don't know if he's been injured or if he just hasn't been into game shape, or he hasn't rounded into form. Just massive nerfs to his movement speed, -2 to acceleration, sprint speed, agility, -1 to reactions, -4 to balance, -3 to dribbling, -2 to curve, and -2 to ball control, and -1 to vision. Ouch, that surgery must have hurt him, but as you can see, he still has high potential, and even with all those mini nerfs, he's still a very high quality player. He's still got that 4-star skill moves and 4-star weak foot, so yeah, a little bit disheartening, but hopefully he rounds into form and gets a buff in future updates. And that is it for the nerf section. I don't know, maybe I'm just a positive person. Anyway, let's go on to the new kids on the block. The new kids on the block, and we have plenty of new kids to tell you guys about. And if a lot of you guys are pace whores out there, you know who you are. I'm one of them myself. I have no shame. There is no pace or shaming in here. I love me some pace. And then you will be glad to know that Emo Ezekiel is back in the game. Look at him, the little Nigerian, the 20-year-old has been transferred in to Standard de Ligue. And look at that pace, 91 sprint speed, 84 acceleration, 87 agility, and 89 balance, 75 finishing, and 92 jumping are his noteworthy stats. He's been a pretty good staple, a good young cheap striker, not clinical, but very quick, very fast in previous career modes, and he is back now in FIFA 15. The only issue with him is he just transferred in, so you're gonna have to at least wait until the January window to go ahead and get him, and he's not gonna come cheap. Probably going in at around somewhere between 9 and 14 million is what you're gonna have to pay for this speedy striker. Next up on the new kits is this guy. His name is Innocent Amamagara, and there is nothing innocent about his stats. Take a look. 73 overall, 80 potential, plays for the San Jose Earthquakes, which is actually one of my local teams here in America. But look, oh my goodness, at that pace, son. That pace. Oh, look at that dark green in almost all of those movement space. 95 acceleration, 93 sprint speed, 91 agility, 73 reaction, not bad, and 90 balance. Ooh, 75 finishing, 72 dribbling, decent stamina, great shot power, and great jumping. Oh man, got the speedster and the acrobat trait. What more do you need? But unfortunately, much like Ezekiel, he has just joined San Jose Earthquakes, so you're not going to be able to purchase him until the next season or maybe the January window. One of you guys using like a mid-tier team like Southampton or Everton, I would suggest maybe one of these two strikers as maybe super subs for your career modes. Next up on the list is this guy right here, the Brazilian Bruno Cesar, and look at him, 77 overall, 81 potential, can play a cam, left mid or right mid, and there we go, body bulky type, and look at that picture. Why is he definitely took this picture like facing the sun, because he's looking mighty Asian in this, I must say. As you can see, for once, not a pace-ori guy, decent movement stats, light yellow stats and all the way, but great dribbling, curve, and free kick stats, as well as long passing and ball control. He's pretty good overall, and the one thing that makes him stand out is look at the shot power and long shots. 89 shot power, 87 long shots. Maybe you guys can bring him in and he can be your free kick specialist, kind of a Brazilian Shanahaglu, if I could make a comparison, I guess. He is a long shot taker. He's got the distance shooter specialty. He's definitely be able to bomb. The only thing, he does have that injury prone trait in him, which is never fun to have in a career mode. But there you guys go. Probably around 9 to 6 mil, I'm guessing, is the range that you can get this guy for. Next new kid on the block is the Real Madrid guy himself, Lucas Silva, who has been a great little cheap central defensive midfielder, but apparently the secret is out. Apparently the directors at Real Madrid play a lot of FIFA, and they said, hey, we gotta bring him in, The little Brazilian is 75 rated overall with a potential of 83. He can play central midfield as well as central defensive midfield. None of his stats really stand out, but he's just a great all-rounder. As you can see, just a bunch of yellow, and he's probably gonna grow into light green and dark green as he goes on. Probably, you know, something very similar to a Tony Vilhena as a comparison. And yeah, I mean, he's pretty good, and he's relatively cheap, and you can transfer him, I think, right away from Real Madrid. He's gonna cost you around 3 mil. So a good little investment if you need an all-round central defensive midfielder. Lucas Silva, remember the name. Well, the new kids on the block section did mention a few pace whores. This section is just pure pace. If you want some cheap pace on your team, these guys have been added into the career mode, and you guys can go ahead and pick them up. Some of these names you might actually recognize from the past and bring back a lot of nostalgic memories for me. First up, another Nigerian. God damn, those Nigerians are fast. What are they putting in the water over there? And that is Victor Obina, who has moved to Moscow. And look at that, look at his stats right there. He can play striker, left mid, right wing, He's got an overall of 72 and has a potential of 75. Not too bad. Only 27, so pretty good, pretty good. And a nice little 4-star weak foot. He is good indeed. And yes, and let's go into his other stats right here. Let's see, movement speed, acceleration 92, sprint speed 91, agility 84. Pretty outstanding. Decent stamina, good jumping, crossing, finishing, but overall, actually not too bad. Pretty well balanced. He's got the selfish trait, the technical dribbler, and the speedster. And man, oh man, oh man, it's good to have him back. He was in FIFA 15 for a little bit, then got taken out, but apparently he has transferred right back over. We're going to go ahead and take a look at how much he costs. And what's even better about Victor Obina is he has a contract expiring in 12 months. So if you guys wait until the January window, you can approach him on a free transfer. Yes, you can have this little speed demon into your club on a free transfer, and you can just go ahead and bring him in. Or if you want him right away, he's going to cost you around 4.5 mil. It is up to you, but you can have a nice little super sub right there. So mark it down, Victor Obina. You can match him up with your Fabian Schär's when it comes to that window. Next up in the Paysor section is this guy right here, Yannick Jallo. Maybe it's Jallo? I'm thinking it's Jallo, like Django, because the D is silent. It wasn't even a joke. And his positions are right midfield, center forward, and central attacking midfield. He's got 3-star skill moves and a 4-star weak foot. Not bad, not bad. Plays for Moldova Serenxis, and you guys don't care about any of that. All you guys care about is look at those movement stats right there. 90 acceleration, 92 speed, 90 agility, shit for reactions, and 80 balance. Pretty good dribbling, pretty good ball control. Not so great on the finishing, and 90 jumping, and shit for stamina. So you definitely want to bring this guy on for a super sub in one of your lower tier leagues, and he is quite cheap, quite cheap. And if you guys want to get him, he's pretty darn cheap. You can get him for around 1 to 2 mil in your career mode right now. Go ahead and get him if you need a cheap little pacey super sub. Next, Paysor on the block, and this guy isn't just a Paysor. This guy has got it all, and this man is the Brazilian Osvaldo. Not that Osvaldo, a different Osvaldo. This guy is 27. He plays for Ali Sadi. 75 overall, 75 potential. So he's hit max potential, but look at it. He's got 4-star weak foot, 4-star skilled moves, and let's go ahead and look down at those stats. 92 acceleration, 92 sprint speed, 90 agility, 69 reaction, 91 balance, 84 dribbling, 79 ball control, 70 finishing, 72 volleys, and he's got decent stamina in the 75. He's got decent shot power and decent long shots. This guy is great. I mean, he's not going to get better than this, but the way that he is built, this guy is built to win FIFA. This guy was a card in FIFA Ultimate Team, and he was actually in a decent league. Like, everybody would use this guy. He is just astronomical. He's got the technical dribbler trait, as well as the speedster and acrobat. He's everything that you could possibly want in a winger, guys, and he is there for the taking, although he is not cheap. And unfortunately, once again, he is one of these players that has just recently joined his club, so you're gonna have to wait a year before you guys can use him. But a nice little pickup, if you have the cash to splash. And if you don't have that cash to splash, if you're trying to do a Road to Glory series with like a Cambridge United or a Shrewsbury Town, this is the section for you where I try to highlight some of these lower tier players that have been added to the game that could really help you out and are nice, cheap little hidden gems. First guy up on the cheap eats list is this guy right here, Alex Kuomomya, who is apparently English. Yes, a very English sounding name. And look at his stats, guys. Overall +1 to a 54, and his potential is +12. He is a striker, and he plays for Barnsley. And look at those stats: 91 acceleration, 94 sprint speed, +5 to agility, and he doesn't have very much else, but he is going to grow astronomically, and he's got the speedster speciality. And if you want to go ahead and buy him, he's probably going to cost you somewhere between $0.5 mil to $1 million. So there you guys go, a nice little youngster right here, an English youngster striker with pace for days. Next up in the cheap eat section is this guy. If you like French cooking, then this is the man for you. Jeremy Balmy with a 58 overall with a potential of 71. He can play left midfield as well as left wing. He's got a 4-star weak foot, 3-star skill moves, but look at those stats, just blistering. Another one for the Paysors right here. If you want him, go get him. Shit stamina, but he can definitely blaze down a wing for you. He's got the flare trait, the technical dribbler, dribbler, speedster, and acrobat. He is going to be nifty, but definitely nothing more than a super sub, but you can get him definitely on the cheap. This guy will probably cost you somewhere in the range of about $500,000. And next up on the list is a guy that a lot of you guys will be familiar. He is no longer at Inter, but now at Bologna, and that will be Ibrahima Mbaya. I think that's how you pronounce his name. He is 19, he's got a 65 overall, but he's got a potential of 80. He can play right midfield as well as left midfield. He's got shit for skills, and he's got an okay weak foot, but if you go ahead and take a look at his stats, he has very well-rounded stats. As you can see, through the stamina, strength, all of his physical stats are great. He's got great crossing, great short passing, great curve, as well as pretty good ball control, and he is going to grow up into a fine young gentleman with that 80 overall. And if you want to go ahead and have him, he'll cost you around $3 million. Alright guys, so that concludes my career mode update for February 6, 2015. Hopefully I helped you guys out. If I've missed anything, which I'm 100% sure that I have, go ahead, leave in the comment section down below what I mixed so that I can bring it up in the next video. This will be a fairly regular series. Basically, anytime that FIFA releases an update to career mode, I will go ahead and be releasing one of these videos. So go ahead, subscribe, so that every single time you guys are starting a career mode, I am there to help you guys out, make it even more fun, find out all these little hidden gems, and yeah, get the good players that you need for cheap. And as I say goodbye in this episode, let us bow our heads and say goodbye to those faithful FIFA players that have been deleted from FIFA 15. This has been your boy, B-Gamer, and until next time, stay home.
Dear oh dear Borussia Dortmund.
What's gone wrong with Dortmund this week?
So what's gone wrong in Dortmund, where everything has been going right for years?